All right, starting out the Unspooled Live episode 1. Let's get started here. Everything good there? Yep.
Can y'all hear us all right? I don't know. I don't know if y'all can hear us or not. So we're gonna wait just a second to see if y'all can hear us or not before we get started. I don't want to be talking and y'all not hear us.
Sort of like but y'all work it out. 10-4. Hopefully it's not too bad.
Well, I guess we'll jump into it. We'll get started. This is the first the first live from Unspooled Live. First episode. So I'm excited. You excited?
Me too.
I'm excited to see where this thing goes. What we can do with it and stuff. We're just here to just talk fishing, man. Have fun. Um, it's just something to do. Talk about some tournaments we got coming up. Uh, Tournaments we fished, stuff like that. That's kind of a little bit what we want to plan to do with this thing. I do want to give a good shout out to Woods to Water for being our title sponsor for the podcast. We're going to do some giveaways with some hats um, to a couple people here and there.
As long as with Pepsi as well.
Yeah, big shout out to PepsiCo with Mountain Dew and
Douglas Rods.
And Randy's Auto Care. They're a big help too. But we're also going to bring on some custom painted crankbaits. We might do a little spread out here. We may give one of them away every once in a while or something like that. But and
All right, Tiger Hoffman Outdoors said fresh or saltwater tournaments.
fresh. We'll go with freshwater tournaments.
Definitely for me, fresh just because of availability. Family does own a center console, but it's not like I'm gonna be able to drive 3 hours to the coast every afternoon.
Yeah.
I do enjoy saltwater fishing.
I've done a little bit of it, not a lot, some here and there.
All time favorite fall bait, fishing smallmouth, largemouth. Obviously largemouth for us.
Yeah, my I don't know, man. I like to throw jerkbait in the fall a good bit, but a lot of people don't like throwing it on an A rig. I like throwing an A
Yeah,
rig.
when they're biting a rig, it's likely to stay glued in my hand.
Yeah. Shane's Baits has a nasty A rig, and it's a pretty good A rig. I like throwing it.
Teamed up with the Scottsboro swim baits.
Yeah, definitely. That's the only way to throw it for me is definitely put the Scottsboro tackle swim baits on there. And
what size?
I like throwing the 3 inch, 3.5 inch. I like throwing that about that size. You can. I just feel like I get more bites like that. If you want to, a little trick. A lot of people do it. Um, you can take a little bit bigger swim bait and put it in the middle one, and it just gives it a little bit bigger profile than the other ones around there. And a lot of times that one will get 8 before.
What color?
I always try to stay with natural, like a natural shad color, like like your whites or pearls or something like that. I always like I mainly throw white. That's mainly what I throw. And the reason you see us looking right here is we got y'all's comments right here. So we're trying to answer them too. So we'll look here and then kind of looking down like that.
It might be delayed a little bit, but we'll get to reading them.
But we can jump into what we got coming up this weekend.
Hang on before we go to that. What rod action, what rod, and what reel speed you like to throw on the A rig?
On an A rig?
Yeah.
My was that one of the questions?
No, that's what I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're asking me that.
Yeah.
This dude trying to get information from me. Nah. It's I like throwing mine on a it depends. I got a 7-Eleven that I throw it on right now, medium heavy. Douglas rod. That thing's, you would think that it would be like a broomstick, but it's got an awesome tip to it.
It's got plenty of tip
to where
and a lot of backbone.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can still swing them. I mean,
we saw that firsthand. He had caught a what we said, 16, 17 pound.
Yeah, 16, 17 pound striper.
And he Chris Aldained it.
I absolutely just swung it. I mean, I got confidence in them Douglas rods, dude. They're hands down,
light and durable.
Yeah.
How do you guys get with Douglas rods?
Actually, I talked to him at the Classic. I ended up talking to him at the Bassmaster Classic this past year, and we just kind of hit it off with the guys that work with Douglas. They're pretty good guys over there. They're nice. I mean, they're just like regular dudes. You can walk up to them and talk to them. You can pick the phone up and call them, and if you got a problem or if you need to order a new rod or whatever you need to do, they're just they're pretty cool dudes. So we got to talking at the Classic and kind of hit it off there. They told us that we would be, and within a week we got a phone call. Both of us did. And we set everything up, got the contracts squared away, and got our batches of rods and stuff like that. And still just kind of just, I mean, we talk to them. I can pick the phone up now and call them and talk to them if I need a question or whatever. But our main guy,
old Donnie the Mullet.
Our main guy, old Donnie the Mullet. He may be on here. He may be on here in a little while. That was our dude. That was the Douglas dude. When he was pretty cool, and
it's a good group of guys. I mean,
yeah.
If you see their TikToks, I'm sure you've seen it. If you're into fishing, it's probably on your For You page. They're just as entertaining as their TikTok videos, and their TikTok videos are one of the best fishing pages on TikTok.
Oh yeah, and their TikTok's actually not even verified yet, which is crazy. Because
I got a feeling it's coming though.
The stuff that they put out there it's crazy. Y'all all need to go follow Douglas Spin and Cast on TikTok. They got some nice videos that they pump out.
They're on Instagram too. They're not on Facebook, but TikTok and Instagram. Should be under Douglas Spincast. It's a cane pole with 50-pound spider wire, ultra cast. Bringing it back to the old days.
Getting back to throwing the A rig on that Douglas rod. I prefer. I throw mine on Seaguar 20-pound fluorocarbon. A lot of people don't throw it on fluorocarbon, but I still do. I throw it on Seaguar and VizX, and my reel speed. I've kind of got a slower reel. It's not like a slow reel, but it's the 6 whatever. Yeah, the 6.3 Daiwa Tatula.
100.
It's the CT 100. It's a good rod. It's a good reel. But I mean, you can really throw any reel on that on because the bait's so heavy itself. When you throw it and you're bringing it through the water,
If you have too fast
can
of a reel, you'll be working it in the
you can
top of the
mainly
water column.
you can just eat that thing. It doesn't it really but it is what it is. Either whatever you like, whatever you're comfortable with throwing.
So I'll throw mine on the same rod he throws his on, a 7-Eleven from Douglas. It depends what setup I have for the reel. It's either 100 CT or the 100 HS, the level above the 100. But I usually throw mine depending on, it's either going to be on a 5.3 or a 6.3.
I got you. I got you.
Sixes have so much torque, so don't feel as much drag in the water with the big baits. Yeah,
That's true. That's definitely true. That's why I've honestly got a lot more 6-speed reels than I do anything else. I really do. Um, I've got a lot more, and was exactly what he said, or whoever that is right there.
Charlie and Fishing.
I mean, he nailed it. He nailed it pretty good right there.
That's definitely one thing you lose when you start going up to the higher speeds. You don't have as much torque. I will say this: I do throw my jig on I believe it's 8-3 or a 9-3, and I haven't had any problem out of
8-3.
8-3.
Yeah. What
I throw it on the 7-1 medium heavy fast. It's not a broomstick, but you can definitely it's easy pitching rod. You can skip up underneath the dock super easy. Has a lot of sensitivity. You have a lot of tip in it. I really like it in the summertime because the fish's mouth are not as stiff. So if you have a broomstick and you go to set the hook on a fish, you're going to end up ripping the hook through its mouth.
Yeah. So you wanna talk a little bit about what we got coming up this weekend?
So this weekend we got a club tournament on Mountain Island. It's right below Lake Norman. It's between Lake Norman and Lake Wiley. Got a little club tournament out there. We still doing 3 fish limit?
I believe we're doing 5.
5.
Yeah,
right. We're back to the 5 fish limit.
Yeah, I believe we're doing 5.
Big spotted bass fishery, but there's good largemouth in there if you can find them.
I'm kind of even though it's a little club tournament, I'm kind of excited to go there and fish. I went this past Sunday and they were biting pretty good the first thing that morning. They really were. I'm not gonna say what on, because I'm fishing against old boy right here. So I'm not gonna say what's on this one, but next week on live, we'll reveal it. Hopefully we both go out there and catch them. We may not. I mean, you never know. Fishing is fishing. You can hero or 0 really fast.
It can also turn around in a matter of minutes, though.
Oh yeah. I've had many a tournaments like that. Man, I had a high school tournament like that on Lake Norman when I was in high school. I didn't have but 2 fish at like 12 o'clock, 12:30, something like that, and we weighed in at 2:30, and I was like, "This ain't good."
Our tournament on Clark's Hill went like that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Well, no, on Clark's Hill it went pretty good. I had them.
Where was it that there was one BFL that you didn't have much until, or you got on them at about lunchtime, I think. Am I wrong?
I'm trying to think which one that was. But getting back to that high school one, I only had 2 fish in the boat.
Said it was Murray.
Hmm?
Murray?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, last year. Last year. It was it was
the season opener.
Yeah, it was the very first tournament of the year. And it wasn't this year, it was last year.
Yeah, last year. It was cold.
It was cold, rainy. It rained all day long.
I don't know how it wasn't pouring down snow.
I mean, it was to the point to where your hands were absolutely swollen.
I will tell you this. This is before I got with Buck and Bass, and I was in a Cabela's guideware. Never again. I'm sorry. I was not able to fish the last 2 hours of that tournament because I was curled up in a ball in my in the boat trying to feel my hands and feet. I was done for.
Yeah, that I will say, if y'all are in the market for a good rain suit, that I mean, it's gonna last you. That'll be the last rain
That's
suit.
a lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
So if anything ever goes wrong, you need to do size. Will over at Buck and Bass will for sure take care of it.
It's the last suit you'll ever buy. That thing is absolutely crazy. Like it. I mean, a lot of these other companies are good too, but this company, when it says it's 100% waterproof, it means it. I mean, it's a heck of a suit. That was the only way I was able to fish the whole day. But that day, believe it or not, it was already raining that bad. It was already that cold. My trolling batteries were dead because something happened at the hotel we were staying at and wasn't able to charge them. So, or I thought I was charging them and they didn't charge.
Yeah, something happened.
So I get to my first spot that morning, catch first fish, bam, right off the bat. And I was like, all right, maybe it ain't too bad. Then I start going down the bank. I was like, this don't feel right. Trolling motor don't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
So all that whole rest of the day, I had to crank my big motor and just come up to the point where the wind was blowing. Luckily, the wind was blowing,
and then drift back,
and just have to drift down the bank. And I didn't. Like she said, it was Murray. I didn't have a fish. I had that one fish. I had one fish, and it was like 1:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. And we weighed in at what, 2:30?
You got 2:33, something like
2:30. And I was like, well, I mean, it ain't over till it's over. Mm-hmm. So I went back to the first spot that I caught the fish at and started at the top of the point, cranked the big motor and got up to the top, let the wind – I went in the wind and let the wind push me down. I took an A-rig and just started throwing it up beside docks and got past the first dock.
That's when the magic happened.
Bam, stuck him, got him in the boat. It was like a 3-pounder. Went on down the bank to the next dock, stuck one on the first side that I came to, stuck another one on the second side I came to, and they were both like right at 3 pounds. Then put him in the boat. So I'm sitting at 4 fish right now, just like that. And I was like, I'm going to try that again. Mm-hmm. So I crunk up, went back up to the point, started there, let the wind push me down again, stuck another one that was probably 2.5, and I was like, I got a limit.
Yeah.
So
I just,
yeah, and I just happened to look up. There was another point that looked kind of like what I was fishing, the point with the bank going down it, and I was like, I looked at my co-angler and I was like, well, you want to run over there real quick? He was like, dude, go for it. You got him. Mm-hmm. So we ran over there, and the wind was pushing me down the bank to this dock, and I was like, man, that dock looks good. That wind's hitting it perfect. So I just flipped the A-rig up beside it, 4.5-pounder, cold one out. I looked at my watch, and he was like, dude, we got to go. You got 20 minutes to be back.
Yeah.
So hauled butt back in and ended up cashing a check in it. So
definitely never.
Yeah. Don't ever quit. That's like Mike Iaconelli. Don't ever give up.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right. Back up top. To answer the first one, he said, "How often do you respool your mono line?"
I want to hear yours on that. Because me personally, I don't have but a couple rods or a couple reels with mono on it, and I don't really throw them a whole. Well, I do throw them a little bit. That's what I throw my mag draft on.
Yeah.
But
The only setups that I throw mono on is I have a mono leader on my Carolina rig, so it floats the bait up just a little bit off the bottom instead of the fluoro, keeping it on the bottom. And then the other setup is on most of my like walking baits. I throw mono on it so it's not sinking in and pulling the walking bait into the water. It gives it a better action. But I really don't have a full spool of mono anywhere.
I've got two spools. One spool because good buddy Josh Good gave me a spool, and then I've got a spool that I bought. They've had some line taken off of them, but I don't re-spool my mono nowhere near as much as I do my fluorocarbon.
I'm not respooling my fluorocarbon unless
We got old Tanner Schultz on there. What's up, buddy?
unless I'm down to the spool or I change line size. Most of the time, I'm on the water enough to where I'll run out of line before I have to respool.
You'll run out of line?
Yeah, I'll get to the bottom of the spool.
On your fluorocarbon?
Yeah.
I
you
try
know me, I like sticking it in the trees.
I try to I try to respool my fluorocarbon a good little bit.
But once I pull line off or something and I see that it's just kinking up and going in circles, that's when I'll rip a spool off. All right, next one. How many are in the club?
Tanner Schultz just said, "How do we ask questions?" You just asked a question on how to ask a question, bud. So whatever you did right there, we can see it.
Speak your mind.
Yeah, so whatever you want to ask, go ahead, buddy.
All right, Tiger Hoffman, how many are in the club? How many do we have in the club? What, like 14 to 15? Official members?
I don't know. Yeah, official. I don't know.
I want to say that's what you told me at the beginning of the year, but every tournament, most of those guys are pick and choose which ones they want to come to. So every tournament, you're not having 14, 15 boats. If it's on a good lake, you're looking at 12 to 13 full roster show up.
Yeah, that's the thing with a club. A lot of the clubs, you don't really get everybody to show up.
And at least
Say what?
What's her name? Sorry.
Huh? Oh, Anastasia.
Anastasia.
What?
I'm planning on fishing on the water.
That's a good question. Me and my dad was just talking about that the other night. I plan to fish the South Carolina Division BFL again. If they line up and they don't freaking overlap like they did this year, I'm gonna fish the North Carolina side, the South Carolina side for this year. Maybe an open, or a what's it called now? Is it Toyota Series? Is that what it's called now? The Toyota Series. Either one of them, and then the following year after that is I'm either going to go opens or I'm going to go Toyota Series. I haven't made my mind up yet, but not this coming, not next year, but the year after that is when I plan to fish the opens or either Toyota, whichever one I decide. I hadn't decided yet. So
as far as I go, this year I will finish the year out. I mean, we got one more tournament, and then the regionals for the South Carolina side. Then, starting now, I'm going to start fishing the CBCs this year, and then the CBCs going into next year. And
we'll probably fish those together. So
I might fish a couple of the North Carolina ones next year. I'm not sure, but definitely the South Carolina side. And any other tournaments I can get contingency money in with the with my boat.
Yeah, I actually seen a post about that. I read a little bit into that. That seems pretty interesting. I think the entry fees on that invitational thing. Um, I think I seen where it was like $5,000 a tournament or something.
Oh yeah, the new MLF
Yeah,
Invitational. Yeah,
yeah.
it's $5,000, and you're looking at a field of 140 to 200 something
It's like
anglers.
what six tournaments.
You're looking at 30 grand a year to fish all six.
No, we live in North Carolina, but not far from the line of South
Not
Carolina.
far. We're right out of Charlotte. Let's see. Tiger Hoffman said, "Switch to lithium batteries. The temps do not affect them at all." What
He
temperatures?
runs lithiums. I don't run lithiums yet.
What temperatures are you talking about?
Tanner Schultz. What's the plan for watery? We'll get into that in a minute.
I'm gonna be staying in no camper shell. Maybe if I make.
He means fishing wise, not where you sleeping.
Well, I'm gonna be staying in the camper shell if I make the second day. If not, I'm gonna put my stuff on a trailer and hit 77. Florence, South Carolina. All right, so you
I've heard
down
of
on
that.
the sand.
Mm-hmm. No, Florence, South Carolina.
And we said 5,000 for the invitationals and about
140,
140,
150,
150
yeah.
participants.
That's about what I seen. That's what I read today. It is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's
I
definitely.
wonder.
I believe that is MLF's comeback for Bass switching up on their open
Yeah,
rules.
yeah, it could be. It could be.
Never been to Lanier, like I said the other night. I'd like to, but just haven't got up there. Been to Hartwell plenty
Who
of
is that?
times,
D.
just not
Davis.
Lanier. I'm from Florence, but live in Tampa. Oh, he's from Florence. Okay. You ever fished the St. Johns River, Tiger Hoffman?
Huh. I didn't have a good one there. I caught a. What did I catch? A jack.
Yeah,
I
you
caught
got
a
a Jack
jack.
Crevalle on a jerkbait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on a mega bass
110.
junior the
Yeah.
110 junior.
Yeah.
That thing the day before that I seen one that was
He was
it
on
had
the
to
last hour of the
it
tournament, and he needed one big bite, and sure enough, he got one big bite, just the wrong species.
I was sitting there, and the day before that, day number one, yeah, day one of the tournament, I was reeling a worm back in, a big shaky head worm, and I was reeling it back in, and something just blew up on it, and I could have swore it was like at least a 7 largemouth, and I was like, dude, how did he not get it?
Yeah.
So the second day, I was like, I need one big fish. Like I know there was a fish that blew up here yesterday. I'm stopping. And we had like, I don't know what, 20, it had 20 minutes because you ran past me. You seen me.
And we had ran past him, and then.
And so we had like 20 minutes. They were on their way back to weigh in. And St. John's makes my head hurt.
Yeah, but says
it says who caught the goddamn 9-pounder. But we pulled up there and I stopped and I told my co-angler, I was like, dude, I had one blow up here yesterday that looked, I mean, it was a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was
it
was big. And so I threw a jerkbait up there and was working that jerkbait back. And I just happened to look back and there was a fish that blew up behind me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, maybe he's moved out. So I just turned around and fired it out there, got 2 jerks on it, and it just said, my co-angler was like, you hung? And I was like, this is wide open water. I'm not hung. So it took me like, I don't know, 10 minutes to get that thing in. That was the first time I've ever caught one of them.
Yes, St. John's was not good to me either. I did catch. I mean, I had a small limit. We were playing the tide like you're supposed to down there.
She caught 2 over 10.
All
we heard about was 1.
All right. Anyway, playing the tide like we were supposed to down there, and I had a small limit, but one of the days I swear I could not catch a bass for anything. I was on mudfish like you couldn't believe, and it was like an hour left. And we pulled up to a spot.
Spinnerbait? Was it on spinnerbait?
No,
I had a couple
on
tear
what? On
my
mudfish?
yeah.
Um,
I had
no,
a couple tear my spinnerbait.
it was on baby brush hog. But anyway, last hour before weigh-in, day 2, and I got on a mess of gar. And the first one I caught, I swear to you, that is the biggest gar I've ever seen. It was probably 6 foot long, and I thought I'd hung a big one.
My dad hung a gar at Fishing Creek in the club tournament.
I believe that.
Yeah. But you were talking about the tides.
Mhm.
I didn't fish them right. I should have. I should have noticed something.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy, my buddy Laker Howe would come in, sit down where I was fishing, like
right when you were leaving.
he. I mean, he's a good little ways away, but he would come in and sit down and start fishing, and I'm leaving. I was like, well, huh. I was like, well, I ain't catching nothing right there, so he probably ain't neither. Do finish 7th. I said, God.
Just at the right place at the right time.
Yep.
See, fluent little there. Yes, actually, for all redfish tournaments up in Jacksonville. So, funny thing that was the regionals last year was the first time I'd ever been to the St. Johns River, and I saw a lot of people throwing voodoo shrimp and tearing the bass up. So I guess y'all have
voodoo shrimp.
Yeah, voodoo shrimp, saltwater bait. And
I ain't never heard of voodoo shrimp. Them thing.
It's a shrimp, pretty much. A soft plastic shrimp. Those guys were throwing voodoo shrimp and tearing the bass up. Apparently, y'all have a shrimp run that's seasonal down there where they run from the inlet and all the way up to Jacksonville or something. That was new to me. I'd never heard of it. Caught both bass and reds in the same spot up there. I believe it. I did see redfish and bass schooling at the same spot.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm ready to go back to get some redemption on it. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely know how to play the tide now.
Yeah,
because
all I got to remember is
wait
when
10 more minutes.
when I want to leave, don't.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. I'll get back to it. I'll get up there and down there, up there, wherever it is. Speaking of the St. John's, we about died on the way home.
We did. We almost did not make it back.
Yeah. We would not be able to be doing this podcast right now if the old Chevrolet wouldn't have grabbed and got us out of there.
Yeah, we were on 77, cooking about 90, and
was it 90? I don't know. This dude was trying to show me something on the phone.
I was trying to show him something on the phone, and we looked up, and we didn't see tail lights.
One of our buddies, we ain't gonna mention no names, but one of our buddies was driving in front of us, which that was the stupid part right there because he had no trailer brakes on his. He had no trailer brakes on his boat.
No lights either.
And
we looked up. We were.
God dang it! We have a problem right now. Somebody's trying to call me.
All right.
So give us 1 second. See, this is live. We're not cutting this. We're not editing it. We're not doing nothing. We're back. Sorry about that. Somebody was calling me.
Anyway, we were on 77, and I was trying to show him something on the phone like I shouldn't do. And we looked up, and we were cooking 80, 90 miles an hour, and about 20 foot, 30 foot away from our buddy in front of us.
I locked him down. I literally was standing on the brake with both feet.
And we look in the rearview mirror, and we see the boat.
No, that wasn't yet. That was that we never looked right there because we wasn't thinking right there. When I slammed on brakes, I locked them down, and all I could see was his motor right in front of us. Like that's all I seen. That's all I seen was a motor, and I was like, dude, I just bought this truck. Like this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, I just bought this truck, and I'm about to have a motor go through the freaking hood of it. So I finally made the decision to turn and go to the grass, and I looked at Carson, and I was like, right before, dude, we're not gonna make it. And I just took it to the grass. The truck went this way, the boat went that way, and we're sliding, and we just fly past. Like, how many people did we pass?
We probably passed 6 or 7 vehicles.
6 or 7 cars. So past our buddy with the boat, he was probably like he was probably thinking, old Jimmy, you sorry, good, bud?
Yeah,
old Jimmy, this is completely look right there. Black
truck, big t-shirt, Billy.
My apologies.
This is live. This is no editing. This is just raw footage. I don't forgot what we was talking. Oh yeah,
about hit died. The grass.
Yeah, we about died. So we're going through the grass, truck sideways, boat sideways. We're passing cars. Our buddy's sitting there, seeing a white truck and a red boat fly by him, probably thinking he didn't know what to think. But I just come to a complete stop, and the whole reason there was traffic is because there was 2 people pulled over here on the side of the road.
They letting their dog
with
walk.
A freaking dog over here peeing on the side of the road, and so I just put my turn signal back on, pull back onto the road, and we just keep on rolling like nothing happened. Yeah, so St. John's was not good to us at all that weekend.
No,
Yeah, no. Okay. It just say it was not good.
Yeah, that wasn't good at all. Caught bush shrimp run all
What's the
year
funniest
round.
you guys have? Furthest you guys have traveled for a tournament? Right now, mine is Pickwick, where we're actually going to next month for the regional for the South Carolina division. That is if we make it. Everybody's got to make it. I'm sitting.
It's hard not to make it where we're sitting.
Yeah, I'm sitting 17th.
I have no idea.
I think you're sitting 26th. Josh is sitting like 25th, and my dad's sitting. He's on the bubble. He's in 39th, something like that. So he's got to catch him at Watery this weekend, but everybody should go.
Watery next weekend, not this weekend. Ever been down in the Harris Chain? I have not, but I have a trip. Hopefully, we're planning on something, and hopefully it'll come through. Planning on going down. So Okeechobee.
We are.
Me and my dad are.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I'll drive. Nah, Okeechobee's a big bowl.
That's gonna be a big learning curve. We'll be down there for a few days, so we can hopefully get it figured out. Any tips?
Yeah. Get you a guide.
Come December, come on down and come duck hunting. I'm always down to go duck hunting.
I ain't never been. You know that?
You'll go and you want to go again and again.
You know that? I've never been duck hunting. I have I fish all year round. All year. When it's snow on the ramps and you're sliding in backwards, that's a scary feeling, but I fished through all that. I hadn't hunt.
Yes, duck hunting's not too good up here. I mean, there's some spots you can get on, and you can get a good, what do they call it? Not a stringer.
Spit it out, Jimmy.
Stringer, a good stringer of ducks. I'm not sure. Anyway,
stringer of ducks.
Maybe
like a stringer of catfish or something like that.
He does charter duck hunts in Tampa.
Who does?
Send us your information. We're always down. I'm interested in that.
I'll go out for my first time like that.
Maybe we can go down there and then we can go hop on the lake and fish as well.
Flip.
Cast and blast. Sounds good to me.
Old Tanner Schultz said Arkansas is where he goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you wanna kill something, go out to Arkansas.
Cast and blast. What is that they said? Yeah, that says blast. I can't read them things. But
I do watch Christian Greco's YouTube. Been a while, but I do. Tanner said he's on the way.
on the way where? He's on the way here, or he's on the way? Is
Arkansas.
he on the way to Arkansas, or is he on the way to go shoot some ducks with old boy? I mean, we don't know what you mean, bud.
Tiger Hoffman, it is addicting. I've been one time, and I think I was one short of. I don't know. I think I killed 4 or 5, but I had a blast, and I didn't get to go again.
I've heard that from everybody that does duck hunt. They say
if you have a good pair of waders,
yeah,
they say stay warm.
Yeah, they say once you go, you're done. Like you're going multiple. Like you're in.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's just as addicting as bass fishing.
Fishing 87 said Okeechobee flip isolated reeds with a Senko. The closest thing we got to Okeechobee is Santee, and we flip isolated cypress trees. And unless you know the 10 on the lake that have fish on them, it may be different down there. But it is rough on Santee if you don't know what to do and where to be,
or how to run it. If you don't know, if you don't have a. See, he's actually in the chat. Old Tanner Schultz right there. I'll give him some props. I'll shout him out. That boy knows how to run. That boy knows how to run Santee. He made my butthole poker up a couple times. But after he showed me how to run, I was all right. I took off.
You were all right, but I was following you.
Yeah.
Right.
Then you followed me. He told me to. He said, "I'm been behind you, and you just take off." So I took off. We get to where we're going, and he pulls up beside me. He's like, yeah, I'm not following you no more." And I was like, "Why?" He was like, "Dude, you passed 7 stumps that were this close to your boat." And I was like, "Yeah, we're good. You stay in that lane."
Yeah, that lane was. You had 6 inches of tolerance. You could not miss, and we were about, a 30-minute run, full throttle all the way up the lake, and I was not looking forward to running back down the lake. Not mentioning that I had supposedly ran out of gas.
Oh yeah,
all the way up there.
Yeah, this dude ran out of gas. This dude ran out of gas.
Ran out of gas up there, and I think I ended up paying $9 a gallon for gas in that marina. And I didn't run out of gas. That was just Camis's faulty electronic digital fuel gauge.
But you got it fixed now.
Oh yeah, I got it fixed now. But
after we ran out of gas 3 times,
it definitely kept my boat full. Even said it was on 0% when I usually had a full tank. It always said I had a 0%.
I remember that before you got it fixed. We went and fished a tournament, and I was like, "Dude, you got gas in the boat?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's full." He turned it on, it showed full, and I was like, "All right, cool, we're ready to go. We ain't got to go pay no go. We ain't got to put gas in the boat. I ain't got to split gas with this dude. I'm happy." So we get to the boat ramp. I drop him in the water. I go park his truck. I'm walking back down, getting the boat, and he's like, "We got a problem." "What you mean we got a problem?" He was like, "We ain't got but 30% of the gas." I said, 30%? He said, "Yeah." I said, "You had 100. He said, "It's saying we got 30 now." I was like, "Well, looks like we're fishing on the trolling motor."
Yeah.
Right here, not going nowhere. Which that's kind of what you do at Santee, anyways. But
yeah, Santee, I like to stick to one little designated area. I told myself I'm not running that. I'm not running out of.
He said, "What you think of that boat?"
You're going to get 2 different opinions.
Yeah, what
that.
You think of that boat? I'm running a Skeeter Apex now. I'm running a Skeeter as well. I love my Skeeter. His Camus is nice. I will have to say that.
I don't have anything against the Skeeter, and I don't have anything against my Camus. I like both boats.
Them Camuses are nice. I will say this. That Camus is front deck.
It's definitely wide.
to me it feels a lot wider than my Skeeter. That's the only thing I can really point out.
That Skeeter of yours, it likes to throw a rooster tail, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. We throw them rooster tails, baby. I don't know if yours. I guess yours probably does too, but
I don't throw much of a rooster. I mean, it throws a little rooster if I'm giving it
yeah,
everything she's
everybody.
got.
If you ever see a
black-
black camo bright green Mountain Dew wrap boat, Shine Hope Farms wrap boat running down the lake, and you see that Yamaha show spitting that thing to the sky, that's me.
We're talking 30, 40 foot up in the air.
Had that thing strolling. No, it don't shoot it that high.
You watch your boat from a distance, it looks like a dang speedboat.
That's because that's what it is.
I bet it is. It ain't no.
Oh, Patrick Boggs on here. What up, Pat? How you been, bud?
What we got? Arkansas is where I go. Total duck. Go to Arkansas. We have divers. Love Santee, skipping Cinco and cypress trees. Yeah, there's many times I have probably fished. Well, I ain't even gonna say I've fished any percentage of that lake with cypress trees, but I've definitely fished a lot of them, and I have yet to find one tree that
on Santee,
that I have produced anything off of. But I will say this: my first year of the BFLs a couple of years ago, I don't remember his name, but his father helped build the lake and saw the lake before it was flooded.
For real?
Yeah, and we blasted off that morning, and the first tree we pulled up to, he pulled 3 fish for 18 pounds off one cypress tree, and the next tree we went to, he had a limit and was culling 4 and 5 pounders all day.
You said what?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I think 25, 24, something like that. What do you think about my mosquito? I mean, you can. I don't know who has the widest deck. I know Bass Cats are extremely wide. I don't know how they compare to anyone else's brand. I mean,
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't even know that.
The Camus for me. I mean, if you're taking one person and you both want to be on the front deck, it's got room for that. But if you're,
mine does too. But the Skeeters do. Skeeters are good. You just gotta adapt. You gotta adapt to that middle step. Camus doesn't have that step.
You know how it is. You get used to your boat and you get on someone else's. You fall into every little hole and crevice there is on that boat.
On the Skeeters, you know how we got that step that goes up to our front deck. Well,
mine's in a little bit different position than yours is.
Crazy leg Jimmy over here, when he tries to step back and set the hook on fish, he steps right into that hole on that step, and next thing I know, my man's gone. He's in the floor, and the fish is not there no more. He lost the fish, but them Camuses do have a good front deck. I will say that, and it rides good. I like the way it rides. Mm-hmm. It does ride pretty good.
Your Skeeter rides very smooth. Tiger Hoffman said, "What pitch prop do you run?" I run just.
You throw it?
No, I don't throw it.
Pick it up and throw it.
I throw a Fury 23. I could probably go to a 25 or a 26 pitch. I haven't tested it or anything.
I haven't either. I don't
think
tested anything.
I don't think you need to go any higher from the judge of the rooster tail you're throwing.
No, I probably need to get a little lower, maybe. But what I got on that boat is I haven't changed it. I've kept it because it does run good. Yeah. It runs
as long as it makes you happy. And you're happy with it.
It runs good and it'll fly. It'll get you to your first spot. So, which that are us bass fishermen and fisher girls. There's actually a lot of girls that fish now.
Yeah.
But for some reason we can't catch a fish running 75 miles an hour down the lake, but we want to do it.
Yeah.
We got to run fast. So
Donnie said, "Bang, bang right back at you, boy."
Bang. You want some bang?
Oh yeah.
It ain't plugged in.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
do it.
When you come to Florida, I will be down at Okeechobee probably the spring of next year. Got the golf cart ready for a spin.
My 12-foot Johnny boat will run 25 wind on your back. Remember that day we called I don't know. Pat, what did we catch that day? Was it old Greenwood? We caught sack. And it was left and right too. That's he should have been old Lake Greenwood guide. He was good.
Was he good?
Oh yeah, he was good. He lives in Florida now, I think. I think he moved to Florida.
That's a good change. Donnie, how was the? Never mind. I won't say anything about that. I don't know how that goes.
You got
I hope today went well, Don. Is all I'll say.
yeah. Speaking of our boy Donnie the Mullet, I told you he'd probably be in here now. That's the what we're gonna call him, a legend. That's the legend. That's the legend we was talking about.
Is a hammer.
That's the legend we was talking about. That's the hammer, Donnie the Mullet.
Sadly, he's in the middle of moving right now, but he came down. What was it? 2 months ago.
Yeah, something like
He
that.
came down 2 months ago to hang out with us, and we went out on Norman. I don't know what was up with Norman that week. It just wasn't the week to be on that late.
It absolutely sucked. That's what was up with it. It absolutely sucked.
We gave him a very bad impression of Norman.
I'd pull up on the spot and I'd be like, "All right, Don, we get ready to whack him." About 20 minutes goes by, he's back there scratching his head, and I'm like, "It ain't supposed to be like this." I said, "Let's run somewhere else." We'll pull up somewhere else. All right, Don, we getting ready to whack him. 10 minutes goes by, I catch 2 dinks.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
I thought the first day me and Don went out, I thought we were on to something because we pulled up to the first spot. I stuck a 4.5 or 5 on a jig. It came up, came off. I don't know if Don ever saw a fish because he was rushing for the net, but that was the only keeper we saw all day. It was pretty bad.
How many tournaments do y'all run a year?
For
Just in general. Are you talking about for the club, or are you talking about what we fish? Just all the tournaments that we fish, or what are you talking about right there? Because we fish a good little bit of tournaments. We fish 5 of the MLF.
5 MLF, and then
of the BFLs, we fish 5 of them, and then we go to regional, so 6 total, right? Ain't that right? Yeah, 6 total on that. And then for like other tournaments, the club, we do a club tournament every month. And then we do just your benefit tournaments, pickup tournaments, Wildcats.
Mm-hmm.
Which this year we'll actually be doing a lot more. We're going to be fishing Jason Land's tournament on Lake Norman, his little winter trail deal. That's an awesome trail. He's a good guy and knows how to run tournaments pretty good and keep everything rolling.
I'm trying to find some information.
Appreciate that, Pat.
Trying to find some information on a benefit tournament coming up. Give me just a second.
Oh, is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
Man, I like fishing benefit tournaments, man. They're for good cause. I'm actually helping I'm actually helping put on a benefit tournament with Shining Hope Farms, which is my title sponsor. Um, they're a great organization that helps veterans and special needs. Um, they do a lot of work with horses. Key of the name, Shining Hope Farms on a farm. Um, but they're awesome people down there. I've met talked with the owners and stuff. They're great people. They do a lot. They do a lot for the veterans and people. Um, they're gonna do a benefit tournament on Lake Norman next year, May 6th, I believe. I'll have to look at it again. Um, we've kind of got everything. We've got most stuff put set in stone. We've got our a couple of the sponsors that are going to be doing some stuff, some giveaways, stuff like that. But the main thing is $10,000 guaranteed first place. You don't see that around here.
No,
much. Not in a benefit
not
tournament.
for the entry fee.
Yeah,
that has.
Not for that. It's $10,000 first place guaranteed. $1,000 big fish guaranteed, and then the payouts and the raffles and the prizes that are going to be given out.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Douglas rod to give away. We got tackle.
Buck and bass.
We're going to be raffling off a buck and bass suit. So whoever wins that buck and bass suit, you may spend, I don't know, $10 to $20 on tickets, however many you buy, or whatever, and you're gonna over $1,000 suit.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna be a good tournament, a good show out where we want like 200 boats. That's what we want. We want to make this thing big and do it every year. So it's going to be a good cause, and Pepsi's going to have drinks for everybody in the morning on that tournament.
We have breakfast and lunch as well.
Breakfast, we'll have breakfast, and we'll have lunch when you come off the water. So
on the next benefit tournament, we got there's one coming up October 22nd for the Caden Joy Foundation. It's $100 a boat on Lake Greenwood, going out of the state park. It's a 2-person tournament.
When is this? October 22nd?
October 22nd.
We can go fish that.
Blast off at 7, weigh in at 3.
And it's on Greenwood?
Yep. You get lunch, door prizes, following a weigh-in. I'm not going to go much into it. A buddy of mine, Brandon Coates, that fishes the South Carolina Trail with us, had a very unfortunate and sad thing happen in his family. This is a foundation or benefit tournament for it. Definitely worth coming up if you're near us. Coming out to Greenwood and fishing it. It's definitely going for a good cause.
Yeah, man, that's a bad situation, but
it's the first annual one though, so it'll be every year. If you can't make it this year, you can always make it next. Just plan on it. It's definitely, like I said, for a good cause. He's a good dude too.
We can plan to fish that if you want to. That'll be what? That's the weekend we get back from Pickwick. The next weekend, the following weekend.
Yeah, following weekend after we get back from regionals.
Yeah, we can go down there and I'll hit my buddy who lives on Lake Greenwood, so we ain't even got to take the boat out of water or whatever we want to do. We can stay down there, and if they're cool with that, and fish that tournament for a good cause.
All right. Let's see. She's still okay. That's where the money's at. It's getting there. It's getting there for sure. We're checking live house for the benefit tournament.
Huh?
Patrick Boggs said they're checking live wells. They're probably for the Shine Hope Farms tournament.
Are they checking live wells for the Shining Hope, or the one he was talking about at Greenwood? Because that's where he's from, Greenwood.
Okay.
He lived on Greenwood. Yeah, they're gonna be checking live wells probably. Huh?
Sounds like your boat ain't
So
gonna be
what?
here.
So what? I got to fish with you, and they take my boat.
Ooh.
That's a negative. We're gonna take my boat, and they'll take your boat.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna taking the keys out of my boat.
Well, my keys is. Well, I'm not telling you where my keys are. I don't care if you know, but all these other people.
You don't have to say what your boat look like, and they'll know exactly where your keys are.
Yeah.
Any other questions, topics y'all want to hear about?
What Tanner said earlier. Not this weekend, but next weekend. He said, "What's the plan for Watery?" Not. We'll go back to not sleeping wise, fishing wise. What do you plan to do? I know we're not gonna give a lot away because the tournament's not happened yet. But
I'm gonna stick shallow.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick shallow.
And
try to avoid.
I plan to stick. I plan to stay kind of shallow. I'm not going super shallow all day. I got a couple places where I can kind of fish kind of deep where they should still be where they should be. They should be there, and definitely look forward to that.
What do you think it's going to take?
Me?
For the
no, that's what I'm saying. Me,
yeah.
I didn't know if you was asking the people at home or if you was asking me.
What do you think the club tournament is going to take at Watery?
The club tournament at Watery.
Sorry, the BFL. The BFL on Watery.
The BFL on Watery is a 2-day. It's a super tournament. So, yeah, we can break it down to two ways. We can break it down to two things. Let me fix my shirt right here. Here we go. So I don't look too big. That's what I'm saying, man. This is live, man. This is uncut. We're just chilling, hanging out, talking fishing. But to make Sunday, I feel like you're going to have at least 12 pounds.
Yep.
At least 12 pounds to make Sunday. So, I don't know, probably 30.
32, 33.
Probably thinking 33. Probably 32 or 33. That's probably what I think is.
Definitely won't be a lot of big bags weighed.
No, there's definitely not going to be that many big bags weighed. But on that first day, I really do think if you don't have 12 pounds.
Yeah, those 2-day tournaments, you have to do good on the first day.
Yeah, I don't think if you don't have 12 pounds on that first day, I don't think you're going to make it. Now, granted, there might be 10, 12-pound bags, but if you don't have 12 pounds, I don't think you're going to make the Sunday. And I hope I've got to redeem myself from last year because at Murray, you remember, we had the super tournament. I missed a check, which if you make the second day, you automatically get a check by a pound. I missed a cut by a pound and had a 3-pounder on in the boat and lost it.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
definitely,
I had the shot.
Counts.
Yeah. Every fish counts. I had the shot to make the second day. That was my part. That was stupid on me. I had a drop shot in my hand. We didn't have much time left, and he come up, jump, and went near my trolling motor, and I was trying to horse him with a light line on a drop shot, and it just broke off. But it is what it is. Not everybody has their drag set to.
This
unfold like a toilet paper roll.
I will give you one thing. This man's drag on any reel you pick up on his deck. I promise you, if you can tie that thing to an anvil, and you ain't
No,
on
it's
it.
not. That thing's not cinched down, dude. It's got some. I've got some drag. I've got some drag. If you can take your hand, I mean, you got to like. There it is. It's good.
Yeah.
Now my dad on his drag, son,
Looser than a goose or just tight?
tight. Yeah, you got to take it. You got to take it and tie it around his artificial leg and throw it down the road before it drag off. I'm telling you. But
If y'all haven't already, go on Instagram and TikTok and search unspooled_live and give us a follow on both of those platforms so we can work up to 1,000 followers on TikTok and start going live from the podcast account instead of one of our personal accounts.
yeah, we definitely want to get that thing up to 1,000 followers so we can start going from there. That's the goal, so we don't have to go from here like he said. And then you'll be able to see this a couple clips of this.
We'll start uploading to the TikTok account and
Yeah.
little clips. If you didn't get to watch the full thing and you want to hear more about it, we'll upload little short clips on it.
And to the Instagram. There's an Instagram account.
Yeah.
It's unspooled_live on Instagram. Go give that a follow.
Tiger Hop said, "What pound drag do you usually run?" What pound test do I run or drag? That might be a misunderstanding.
The way I set my drag up, like I said, I take that thing like this, a little loose. There we go. We're good. That's how I do it.
I run mine.
Yeah,
I run mine loose starting off.
No.
When I set the hook, I'm able to sink the hook into the fish, and if I need to tighten it or loosen it, I can play the fish and adjust it. I don't set mine on anvil.
Yeah, but see, I'm not.
I
don't like having the rod trying to fight the fish, messing with it. I like to have it set to where it's
breaks him right off.
No, you can set the hook on him and you got it. Or if you need to, if it's not that big, like it's 1.5 pound, 2 pounder, you can swing it on a spinning rod.
Yeah,
or you can take and just kind of help feed it out. That's what I like. That's how I like doing mine.
Tiger Hop said the drag on your reel, like we just explained, is depending on what pound test we're throwing. We adjust it as we go.
Old Patrick Ball said, "I'll wear y'all out on my Zebco 33. I got a couple of them. You got any of them?"
Yeah, I got a bunch of Dad's old ones.
That's what we ought to do. We ought to set us up a tournament. Not using, I mean, we can use Zebco 30, whatever you want to use. We need to set us up a tournament on Norman because of all the spots, so we know we'll catch them. We go to Walmart. We buy a Barbie rod or Spider-Man rod.
I'm gonna add a little
whatever you want.
No,
not crappy reels or rods. I'm talking about Spider-Man rod.
I'm gonna add a little something to this. We'll do a $50 or what? A
$50.
$30.
Kids can't afford that.
$30 Walmart fishing tournament. You go to Walmart, you can spend $30, and we'll go out on Norman, and we'll have equipment check. Make sure you got
30. You gotta have your receipts that show you only spent $30.
Show your receipts that you spent on Walmart, and we'll go out and see who has the biggest bag using $30. A $30 receipt from Walmart.
So you don't want me to use a Spider-Man rod and use a princess rod, and we go see who can catch them.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do, or you don't want to do.
It doesn't matter what theme. It doesn't matter what theme rod you get. You just spend $30 at Walmart. I don't care if you spend it all.
You can
I don't
get
care if you spend it all on tackling. Don't buy a rod reel. You can hand line it.
You gotta buy it. If you got $30, you can buy an ugly stick for $30. You might not have a reel to put it on, but you might have to hand line it like that. But
I definitely think that'd be interesting.
that'd be fun, dude. That'd be fun. We'll get a bunch of buddies, and then whoever wants to fish it can go fish it. I don't care. That'd be fun. Mountain Island. What's your plan for Mountain Island?
Hang on, let me answer Patrick's question. He said me and Nick, or his comment, he said me and Nick need to fish that charity derby. If you're talking about the one on Greenwood, it is October 22nd, and it is $100 a boat. You can find it on Facebook, Brandon Coates. You can add him, and he has posts all about it through his account. All right, Mountain Island.
Mountain Island. What do you plan? What's your plans? Mountain Island. What's your plans for Mountain Island?
I'm gonna stay shallow, real shallow,
Real shallow.
real shallow. And if that doesn't work out, then I'll back off a little bit.
Yeah. I'm going to throw
What you throwing? I'll throw it on too.
I'm going to Mountain Island, and I'm throwing one of them whopper plopper crankbaits. You ever seen them?
Mm-hmm.
Where you tie your line around your hook and then
Sure.
swimming across the water, and that thing's like this. They eat it.
Okay. I'm going to throw a jig, a drop shot.
Together? How does that? You just tie the jig to the bottom of the line,
No,
and
I'm
then
not
drop.
like the old Josh Good show.
And then draw. You put the hook up top with the worm on it. I bet that would work. You could probably catch two like that.
You know my secret in my drop shot I'm pulling out this weekend, right? You
know the donkey.
You can't. All right. You can't say too much about it, but you know what I'm doing.
I already got one tied on, so it's okay.
I'm gonna try that out this weekend on Mountain Island. Literal remix.
The Shallow King.
Shot.
Pat, you the Ned Rig King.
Biz Buzz.
Yeah. So.
I like throwing fluke.
Fluke? Yeah. You can throw it on.
It's about that time to break it out.
You can throw a good fluke on a good fluke.
You can. Fluke?
Yeah. I can't tell you that. There's an old boy down there at Lake Murray that makes them. Them things. That's a good fluke. They eat a fluke pretty good on Murray.
I think I've caught a few on Murray last year.
They eat a fluke. They eat a fluke pretty good.
I like it on Sandy. That's what I caught my fish on last year at Santee.
On a fluke? You go to Santee to throw a fluke.
Yeah. That is whatever fish I pulled out of Santee came off of.
Dang. Well, there you go. You have it. Go throw a fluke on a cypress tree.
I don't know about a cypress tree. I wasn't fishing cypress trees. I fished them in practice. I wasn't fishing in tournament day.
Double flute rig's pretty cool. I don't throw it a whole lot, but I know a bunch of people that do.
Oh, that's where you got the Walmart idea.
Huh?
So that's where you got the Walmart idea.
What?
He said Sleepy Rock combos redfish local charity tournaments.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I want to do. I think we got old Travis, the old Yamaha hammer in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Lake Wiley stud right there.
He's done well in the Thursday nighters.
Yep, that's a Lake Wiley stud.
So what do you got planned, Pickwick? What's your game plan for the regionals?
Well, from your mind, what you talking about my sleeping schedule or how I'm going to fish? I mean,
What do you plan on going to do when you hit the water? What's the first thing you're
dude,
going to do?
I don't know. I haven't been there. Let's see. I've been out of high school for 6 years now, going on 6 years. So it's been 7 years since I've been there. And I was there the year before that too. Which the year I was there in 2015, there wasn't any grass. There was not. There was not like you could. I was able to run into this pocket and go flip these bushes with a jig, and we went back the following year and tried to run in there, and it was nothing but a mat of grass, like all on the bank. So I have no idea really what it's going to look like. But when I get there, I don't want to say too much, but when I'm probably staying shallow. Probably going to stay shallow and practice.
You can always catch fish shallow.
Yeah, I'm probably going to stay shallow and practice and see how the first part of my day goes. And if it don't go good, then I'll move out deep and see how that goes. I'm probably definitely going to. Which that lake's known for catching them on big swim baits out deep, but it's got to be right there at the right time of the year too. But
I think I'm gonna go out and try the ledge fishing experience out there. Tie me on a big old flutter spoon and try that out for a couple of days or a day. See if I can't have some fun or figure something out with that.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely got some big fish in it. When we were there in high school, one of the days we had 4 fish that went 1914. 4 of them. 4 fish that went 1914. That was a bag.
That's definitely
and we had my buddy Connor that I was fishing with. He had another one on that was probably probably another 4.5, and just come off and just come unglued. But that's fishing though.
Thanks for the share, Travis.
But it was fun though. Hopefully, like I said, we all got to make it first. Hopefully, we all make it.
I believe we'll make it.
Hopefully, we all make it, and we all go down there and we do good. We all need to make it to the All American. That's what
I would love to make it there.
That's what we need to make it. We need to go down there, qualify for that. I think they take. I think they're going to take the top 7. I think that's what they did last year.
Okay.
If I'm right, I may not be, but I'm pretty sure it's right. I think it's the top 7 boaters and the top 7 co-anglers.
Okay. And if we qualify for the All-American this year at this year's regional, do you know what year that All-American is? Because I know last year's regional event, I believe the All-American was in 2023. So if qualified this year, is it All-American every 2 years? I don't know much about it.
I don't know. I think it would be next year, but I don't know. I thought it would.
If it's every 2 years, then it sounds like a long time away, but it'd be 2024.
Yeah, 2024. It may be. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. I ain't never qualified, so I ain't never really had to. I ain't never looked, so. But yeah, I hope everybody goes down there and does good at Water E and carries that momentum going to Pickwick, and we go down there and catch them.
If not, it's a completely different body of water, so you don't have to put your head in the gutter and think about what you did wrong with Water E.
What was you saying? You said something. You said what?
I said, if anything, if you don't do good at Water E, it's a completely different body of water. So once you get to Pickwick, don't think about the past tournament.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, even though it's a week, you only have a week to regroup.
Mhm.
You can basically all we need to do. Everybody that's in our little group that we travel together with,
Share as much information as possible.
that we travel together with. All we really got to do is, I mean, we ain't got to catch a big bag. We just need to catch fish. Like my dad, all he's got to do is just catch a limit. He catches a limit, he's gone. He's in. I think all we got to do is show up and catch one fish and to qualify.
That's the hardest.
Yeah. so whatever we do, we cannot freaking zero. That's the only thing is we can't zero. But I don't think we'll have a problem. I know there's a tournament. I do know that there is a tournament going on there this weekend.
We have to keep an eye on it.
It's a big tournament. I think it's a big tournament. It's a big high school tournament, I believe.
For bass?
I don't know who it's for. I know Tanner Schultz is fishing it.
Really?
Yeah. It's a high school tournament that's going on. So you got a high school tournament going on this coming weekend at Watery, and then the BFL Super Tournament will be there next weekend. So and fish and the people who practice, and we go up there and practice and all that. So hopefully the fish ain't beat up too bad, but.
I mean, it's a river.
Yeah,
I mean,
the weights may be a little lower than what we were thinking from that, but I still think if you gotta have 12 pounds on that first day to make the cut.
For Watery or Pickwick?
For Watery.
For Watery. Okay.
Yeah. Now Pickwick's a totally different. Totally different. You're guaranteed the first 2 days of fishing. And then you got to qualify for the third day. Pickwick's got some studs in it, so if you're not catching them on them first 2 days, then it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough. But that about wraps up our first episode of Unspooled Live, and all the followers that we got on here. Thanks for joining for tonight, and it was a little rocky, but
it'll get better.
It'll definitely get better as we go.
Go over the TikTok and Instagram and look up unspooled_live.
Yeah, all of it's the same. TikTok and Instagram's the same. It's like he said, unspooled_live. Get the TikTok one. We need to get that thing up to 1,000 followers pretty quick, so we can start going live from there and not have to use our personal accounts. But I do want to, right before we get off here, I do want to thank the title sponsor of this podcast again, Woods to Water. Like I said, we'll probably talk to them and maybe start doing a couple giveaways here and there with some hats.
They have some really, really cool hats.
Yeah, they've got some nice hats. Like you see, we both got them on. We'll probably more than likely always have a Woods to Water hat on.
As well
on
as
here.
On the table is one here and then one on his side.
We'll try to change these up so you can see a couple different hats. You can go to their website, woodstowater.com, and pick you one up. And then big shout out to Pepsi and Mountain Dew for supplying us with the drinks. We got see, this is what this thing is, man. We take a couple things serious on here, and then we'll laugh and cut up. You may hear a dog barking in the background.
You never know what you're going to hear on the other side of the door.
On that other side of the door right there, you don't know what you're going to hear. Like right there, you just heard a We have no idea what happened. We won't know until we open that door. But it was I had fun. I enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing where this thing goes. She tripped. Everybody tripped. She tripped. So when she tripped, she said,
Yeah, I guess so. Can't forget Douglas. That's also a hat on the table.
Yeah.
Look him up, Douglas Spincast on Instagram and TikTok. If you haven't already, follow him.
Man, there's some of the definitely some of the best high end premium rods that you can buy. They're hands down, and I'm not saying this just because they're one of my sponsors. They're seriously a freaking nasty rod, dude. Like it's sensitive, it's light, and it's durable. You can put the hammer down to them. And then another big shout out to Randy's Complete Auto Care in Gastonia. He's a big help of mine. That's the thing, man. You definitely can't do a lot of this stuff without people who back you up and help you. So we appreciate that, and we'll see you
next Thursday.
We'll see you next Thursday at 8:00, and we'll get episode 2 running. But appreciate for joining us tonight, and
you have to follow Tyler. You follow the account on TikTok you're watching on now, and then you can as well search mine, Carson M Bonds _fishing. But as of right now, that is the 2 platforms we will go off of for now. I don't know if we'll do his every week or what, but the goal is to get it on.
Yeah, well, the goal like we said, the goal is to get that on the Unspooled Live TikTok account up to 1,000 followers, so we can go live from there. But yeah, shoot me a follow. Follow his page. Go follow the podcast page, and we'll get it going. And like we said, this is just for fun. We just hanging out, talking fishing, answering questions and stuff like that, talking about tournaments. I may eat my dinner here. This is freaking 8:00. You might see me smacking on some pizza here. I mean, it's for fun. We ain't gonna take it too serious.
If you ever have any good ideas, topics, it doesn't matter if it's Thursday or if it's Tuesday night.
You want to shoot us a message and shoot us a message to what you want to hear us talk about on the next podcast or something like that. We are going to start. I don't know when we'll have the first one. We are gonna do some special guests. Couple nights here and there. We may, out of our little group, whoever done the best in that tournament, have them talk about that tournament, maybe something like that. But we'll just start. We started this thing tonight, and we'll see where it goes. We'll take it as far as we can. Just have fun and talk. And nobody wants to listen, we'll just talk to ourselves. Yep. I mean, but all right.
Thanks for joining in, guys.
Appreciate it for joining.